Hello and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. Tonight we are bringing you another Breath of the Wild any percent tournament match. It is Wolhaiksong versus KaoPyro. It is a winner's bracket round 3, best of 3 match. So we could potentially have up to 3 matches tonight with probably a short break in between. Tonight I am joined by GGC, Jimbo Moses, and I believe it's Michi Cusa on commentary, and thank you, gentlemen, for joining us tonight.
No problem.
Okay, and let me switch over. And just to let everyone know, Wolhaiksong is having issues with his capture card, so it's going to look a little, I guess, say wonky tonight. So just to let you know, and we should be off very shortly in about less than 20 seconds. And okay, I will mute myself and let the 3 people who actually know about this game go to it.
Okay, I think we look good now.
Yeah.
I hope.
That's right, V-Box retired runner commentator Jimbo in the house.
Oh my god, we see Song's reflection. We've all seen that before. He's the GDQ guy.
Supreme runner Wolhaiksong.
Supreme, is that a new one? I thought
It's
it was
my
superior.
It's my title for him.
Oh.
What's up, Sant? So, as a preface to this match, we should note that there's a bit of trash talking going on with KaoPyro trashing Wolhaiksong on Twitter very publicly. So let's
Really?
see. Oh, yes. He says you're going to regret this matchup. So let's see what kind of effect that has on this match.
Maybe he's trying to push through the nerves.
Possibly.
Trying to push through the nerves of versing superior runner Wolhaiksong.
I don't know. I don't know if playing mind games with Song is intelligent or not, but I guess we're about to find out.
Oh, yeah, we will see.
And just so everyone knows, this is a best of 3, and they will be doing each of the matches necessary in order to figure out who moves on to the next round. So strap yourselves in. We're going to be here for a bit.
Yep, and be prepared that once one run finishes, it may not necessarily be directly progressing to the next race. It will be up to their discretion if they continue to finish, so do give them their spot the whole way.
Yeah.
I do think that is an important factor, actually. If you had to stop when your opponent finished, it might actually drain you more, so you may hinder your next match. So
yeah, definitely.
Interesting point. Yeah, I find it's kind of I don't know, useful to finish a run once you've started it.
Of course, yes. Coming up to the first trick, this is slate clipping, so we're going to run against the wall at a specific angle and then activate the Sheikah Slate, and hopefully that'll push them through the wall. Yes, it does.
Looks like Song's gotten out first.
Yes.
KO's not far behind, though.
Yep, quite close. Then when they reach the top of this peak, they simply need to stand back up to push their way through.
Yeah, it's a very specific spot, but it's one that anyone experienced with this category knows very well.
Yes, it can go wrong, unfortunately. It's one of those things.
Never, Michi. Never. Always goes right.
Always. That's the hope.
Yeah. And they're going to be picking up a pot lid, which is hopefully going to be their shield for this entire run, lest some disaster happen in a blight fight or against Ganon.
KaoPyro not picking up food as far as I saw?
Yeah, he skipped all food.
Okay.
Song picked up 3 mushrooms.
3 mushrooms. Mushrooms, I do have personally decided that is the more optimal choice, simply because if you get the specific beetle in the glider split, you can, in fact, pick up the mushroom and avoid the shenanigans that can cause. So picking up the mushrooms will, in fact, trigger the mushroom tooltip, and you can actually skip the tooltip later if that actually happens.
Yeah. But both these runners are very experienced, so they are... I mean, in a kind of race, it might be a good idea to pick a safety food, but neither of them really needs it.
Generally, when you seem to pick up food, this Bokoblin camp is less of a problem, even if they don't hit you. They seem to be inclined to not hit you when you have food.
Alright, looks like Song is picking up his bow.
Oh no!
KaoPyro getting hit without food, unfortunately. That's a reload.
Oh, jeez. That's a tough start.
Unfortunately, this can yield a soft lock, so hopefully this won't be the case.
What do you mean?
If you get hit before the autosave, which can happen, you can end up in a situation where you load and die. So it's not true soft lock because you can obviously respawn with full health, but you can't reload that split. So it's a small soft lock.
I haven't seen that. That sounds terrible.
It's quite bad. You have to get there quite quickly for the autosave not to process, though. Okay. Song actually just swiftly progressing with what we call skew clipping. We're going to set Link's play angle a specific direction, and then we're going to initiate a shield jump in the opposite direction, hopefully pushing us through the wall. The game treats the situation as when majority of Link's hitbox is through the wall, it will then treat Link as through the wall. So watching it again, this is the skew set by KaoPyro. And then the shield jump after aiming specifically. Yep, and he's through. And then another just stand up to get through.
And there are 3 elements to the shield clip. There's the skew strength, which hopefully you did get it on the steepest slope possible without slipping down. There's the angle, and then there's the positioning of Link. And all 3 are integral to actually making it through the wall. And if they aren't in alignment, then you won't make it.
Very true. There's more freedom to some and less freedom to others, essentially, with skew clipping. Really depends what you need to go through. And then a small execution here by Wolhaiksong, which is just jumping and then doing a shield jump in the air to get a bit more distance. Can go wrong, unfortunately. Having extra food can be a safety net to that as well.
Yeah.
You definitely are at risk of just either jumping a little bit too far to the right and then Link kind of just jumps off the edge.
If you're also unequipped at the wrong timing, he can actually just stop and then go straight down.
Yeah, it's always heartbreaking. KO is making his way as well. Not too far behind after dying.
Yep. Taking a top-down angle here to make this stat a little bit easier. That was a little close, but safely made it across. Now everyone's favorite segment comes up.
It is my favorite.
Down, up, up, down.
2, 1, 1, 2.
Yep.
And there is a pattern here, like we mentioned, to get through these text boxes as quickly as possible. You can't lose a few seconds if you do miss it, but
it depends on which box. It's very varying, yes.
Yeah, some of the boxes.
The last one is only like 1 frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the old man would like you very much to go to the Great Plateau Tower, but we're not going to be doing that.
He wants a lot of things, but we won't do that.
Actually, doesn't the old man tell you to go to the other shrines in this cutscene? I actually don't know. I don't remember.
I think it does in fact skip, yes. The tower cutscene should be, again, this is a little off topic, but the tower cutscene should in fact be as you exit shrine.
Right.
That's just him telling you to go around. Song just nonchalantly passing another trick, so I will explain it as we get to KaoPyro instead. Otherwise we may be a bit confused. So there's 2 tricks that Song has quickly done in that very small window of time. He's also now looking up, which is the way to avoid loading, but we won't go into that too far. So as KaoPyro approaches the rock, this is a stasis launch. So we're going to hit the boulder a certain number of times, then hit it into the air, jump on top of the boulder, and then release our stasis, propelling us upward.
There's actually 2 ways to do that stasis launch with the boulder. They're not too far apart in terms of time, but there is a strat. If you noticed on Song's stream earlier, he did 4 hits on the boulder, whereas Kao did 3, and that I think might save less than a second. I'm actually not sure how much less it is.
It's a few seconds.
It's a few seconds. Okay.
It's style.
We've swiftly passed it again, but I'll quickly and briefly explain BTBs. So BTBs are in fact the bread and butter of our movement in Great Plateau for any percent specifically, at least. They're done by entering the bullet time mode, which you can do by pulling the boat whilst falling, and then landing on something that can ragdoll with your shield. So you take those 2 factors, and you do that, as we saw done on both screens, and then you're going to exit your bullet time mode, and the game will in fact remember that additional speed and propel you quite far.
Yeah, and just like the shield clipping, there are several factors that determine what direction you head in, and these setups are very precisely designed to send the player all the way to the Cryonis Shrine. And there is an optimal angle to get you right in front of it, but neither of one of them was able to get it.
That optimal angle is generally up to the Bokoblin looking, so...
Yeah. If they give a slight turn just as Link hits him, it can send you in the correct direction. But it's not something you can replicate without that movement.
Unfortunately. I do recommend giving those tricks a try in your own personal playthroughs if you are interested. They are quite fun to perform, and you will definitely get an evidence of how precise some of these setups can be. Another little trick that we just saw Wolhaiksong do, but we'll wait till talk about it as KaoPyro is getting to it now.
I think he actually missed it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he missed it.
But we'll see if Kao.
Oh, we'll see if Kao can get it. Placing a cryo block and then shield sliding or surfing across it, and then jumping again, he successfully gets it as well.
Yeah, use the upward momentum of the cryo block in order to jump up higher.
Yes.
And then unequipping the shield is very important too.
Unequipping the shield essentially resets Link's... Oh, unfortunately missing the BTB at Magnesis here. He will give that another shot. Unequipping the shield can, in fact, be a pretty effective way to get up things that you can't otherwise get up. Simply because it resets the way the game interprets how Link is, and Link can actually step up off ledges that he's jumping against.
Yeah, it's a tricky ledge too. Like I think a number of us have slipped off at weird
If you're
times.
a little too close, if you're a little too far, lots of little factors. Going again, and successfully getting his Magnesis BTB. Again, Song is looking into the air to avoid some of these loads. The game does try to load as you are doing your BTBs, so you can look up to avoid that. KaoPyro unfortunately getting a poor angle though.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Trying to do for the bounce, but unfortunately hitting a little lip. You can in fact bounce whilst you're going at a very high horizontal velocity off of the shield, so you can just continue to go a bit further, but unfortunately if there's anything in your way, such as a tree or even the smallest rock on the ground, you won't go anywhere.
And that's a very difficult spot to try and do that because the trees will definitely, well not definitely, it's possible to slip through, but it's very likely that they'll just kill you.
Very, very true. And another shield clip from Song.
A very fast clip there from Song. That's probably one of the hardest shrines to clip into, if not the hardest, I think, on Plateau.
Very much depends on the runner. It comes down to how you're comfortable with it. I personally find that one quite easy because it's got a lot of freedom. Whilst I find the cryo one quite hard.
Interesting. Yeah, we every runner has their opinion of which.
It comes down to what you approached. It is very much down to how you've approached learning them and things of that nature.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes it is important to, in fact, relearn your tricks whilst playing, well, any speedrun game. If someone has one that's better, maybe give that a shot.
Yeah.
Or you think that it's better.
So it looks like KO, though he did die, he did get the optimal angle, so he's able to catch up a little bit to Song.
Just a bit, yes. Song now progressing through his Magnesis Shrine. Although there have been found additional ways to progress through the shrine, they are more theatrical and not actually time saves, and a little bit risky. So, well, actually, there certainly could be time saves.
Didn't Song do the box strat in GDQ?
He did at
GDQ run.
He did.
Yeah, exactly.
Very stylish. It is a very fun-looking trick, and it's very cool, but there's a lot of risk involved. Simply hitting the ceiling can be the end of, well, a decent run. I don't think I'd go as far as to actually call them theatrical. I think that's a little bit much, because one day we may end up using that, simply because box walk was also a trick that we hadn't discovered, or we had discovered that we weren't using, that was discovered to be easier than we thought.
Speaking of box walk, we're probably going to see box walk now from Song.
Yep. I do agree, though, that it's a bit of a theatrical side, because even though the GDQ run is 3 months ago now, I still get a little bit fired up thinking about it.
It was very cool, yes. Song actually taking damage here, which does in fact prevent a little bit of his further tricks. Unfortunately, his health is slightly not visible on the webcam, so I can't predict his being too low, but he does in fact have food. That is a little off of an angle. I'm sure he's noticed, otherwise he may end up off the plateau.
That's a little bit to the left.
It's fine.
He's fine.
Yeah, it looked worse than it actually was.
He's definitely down to 1 heart. He's blinking red there.
Oh yes, you're correct. He's down to 1. So he can eat up to 2.5 generally.
Mm-hmm.
off of the food that he didn't use.
With 2.5, I still would not recommend going for the wind bomb in the bomb shrine because there is a chance that you do take 2 3/4 or 2.5. I think.
For what it's worth, it does need to be entirely off the ragdoll. The game won't kill you off the 2.5 without you rolling significantly. But it is safer to probably not go for it here. That's very true. We see the alternative to a box walk strat by KaoPyro, unfortunately taking damage in a very unusual way as well. That's simply a stasis launch using that long... What would you call
Surfboard?
it? Iron girder? Surfboard? Yeah, it's a surfboard.
Hoverboard.
Doesn't really float. Hoverboard.
Yeah.
Hoverboards don't work on water unless you have power.
Exactly.
Yes.
Good Back to the Future 2 reference there, Mitchie.
Solid reference, right? Great movie. Highly recommend.
Yeah, so we'll see Song doing the
Yes.
bomb shrine and the
but definitely...
quote-unquote intended.
Nice.
I don't know about intended, but
I don't think you can call it intended to get in that first cycle at the very least. Song actually progressing the fastest you could really go through that shrine.
Yeah, it's a difficult cycle. I personally have never gotten it.
I definitely think it took me stopping to check and practice it before I could actually do it in runs. It wasn't something that just came.
Yeah.
And even then, I've certainly lost a PB to that.
Trickier than it looks, I guess. But KaoPyro did make his BTB. KO did make his BTB, but you know that death at Magnesis is costing him.
Yes, and now he has 2 hearts. Will he, in fact, do the trick we're all thinking? Which I have yet to explain because I'm waiting for someone to actually do it.
maybe Song's gonna do the one to the trees. You never know.
I can't see it.
Yeah, no, probably not.
He'll be looking for beetle, so he will avoid it, probably. Because if you do get to the trees too fast, it's likely that the beetle will not load, and then you'll have to wait that amount of time just to get it.
I think you can actually lose time to that.
Yeah.
It definitely can.
Quite easily, yeah, quite easily lose time to that. Oh,
He's doing it.
yeah, he's doing it.
Alright, KaoPyro going for wind bombs. So wind bombs are a newly discovered trick.
Oh no,
very, very recent.
he might die.
He should live. Yeah, he should be fine. If you impact with a higher platform, the game just sees your fall damage completely differently.
He hit the launch pad
as well. Yeah,
he hit the launch pad.
He did.
Did you see that?
I did. And that was probably what kept him alive.
Yeah.
So yes, wind bombs. Wind bombs. They're a very cool trick that was recently discovered and is now used in several different categories, especially longer ones. By taking 2 bombs and placing them specifically, exploding the bomb that you placed first, and then allowing the other one to hit Link, you can be propelled at a very, very decent velocity. It's not the fastest trick. It's not as fast as BTBs, but it is definitely more versatile, being that it can be used anywhere that you have 2 bombs with a little ledge to get bullet time.
It's basically the equivalent of a stasis launch, and it's very possible to get a super launch with a wind bomb. So it's definitely revolutionized most of the categories in Breath of the Wild. Not so much any % yet, but it's quickly moving that direction for every other category.
I mean, even any % has seen a somewhat minor route change.
A small change
in the castle.
30
yeah.
seconds or so.
Right.
I believe Song is going to be doing the wind bomb route. I'm not sure.
It's likely, but we'll see when we get there. Song doing now the hardest of the BTBs, this one being much more specific than the others. You do need probably close to full stamina. It's not quite full, but you do need to go all the way to Hyrule Castle from here. And the recoveries can be a little bit finicky at best. So hopefully Song Song's
really good from Song, yeah. Very good.
We kind of talked through it, but KaoPyro, after collecting the beetle here, is going to go for the tree launch up to the Temple of Time to save a little bit of lead that Song has gained.
Yes, we call these tree launches rocket launches, I believe, as well. It's separation.
Rocket tree, rocket launch, yeah.
Simply because we are replacing a lot of what we would call stasis launches with wind bombs. So this is, in fact, a rocket launch. What the difference is, that's news to me as well.
I think stasis launch, I think that's the one that implies that you're damage boosting with it.
That would be correct, yes, actually.
Yeah.
That's a valid point. So stasis launch, we would be getting hit by the tree, whilst holding onto the tree would be a rocket.
And as Chad is pointing out, is often called the Hell Tree, because it
Hell
sometimes
Tree,
just
okay,
does
I'll
not
that
want
one.
to cooperate.
Unfortunately, Link grabbing onto things that, for instance, like that tree that aren't entirely flat, aren't too. He's not too receptive with that.
No.
Yeah.
He will
There are
often...
some things.
Go
So
ahead,
I'm getting
Chucky.
an early cutscene.
Yeah, that was really early cutscene, but there are some things that Link really likes to grab onto, like some walls. If you're anywhere
surfaces.
near a wall and you tap your controls to the wrong direction, he's just gonna grab that wall. But that tree is
Banana's
not one of
first
the
try,
things that.
excellent.
Oh, excellent from Song. Did he get two?
Oh,
Yes,
he's going
two
for
bombs
the
first try.
he's going for the dining hall wind bomb.
Yep. So this one requires a lot of height.
Oof.
Unfortunately, not getting it the first try. He may, yes, seemingly that he swapped bombs. He will go for it probably a second try.
Yeah.
Here,
This could be risky. He could die if he doesn't
it's like
get
KaoPyro
correctly.
isn't going to get enough height off of this launch that he's doing as well, but he should be able to get close enough for a recovery strategy, which looks like his intention.
Yeah, he's not going to waste any time.
It's on pausing here. What's happening? Oh. Pausing to wait for the bow to load. Can be safer to just do that, unfortunately being a little bit slower than just running ahead and grabbing the spear or pausing at the spear or the banana, but you may forget the bow on your way back out. A lot of us have experienced that with this recent change, so it is worthwhile just waiting at times, especially in a race environment.
Boy.
Unfortunately, it looks like
So-
KaoPyro is not actually making
Yeah.
it to even castle at this point.
He's gonna have to do a wind bomb from.
Wind bomb
what's this
or
area
rocket
called?
bomb. Or
I don't know what this area is called.
I'm not sure either.
Sacred
know.
This is a
Ground
memory,
Ruins,
right?
I think. Yeah, there's a memory here. I do know that.
Yeah, that sounds
Okay,
familiar.
wind bomb, but it looks like he's hit the tree in the process. Unfortunately,
As
not going
a-
anywhere with that wind bomb.
Sacred
Yeah, as he
Ground
was at
Ruins.
Sacred Ground Ruins. Yeah, that's.
There we go.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not
Guardian
sure
up ahead
where
as well.
he's going.
Oh, he's getting the DLC chest, the attack up.
Ah, wow. Okay.
So since he's here already,
Interesting.
definitely an unusual way to take it, but I suppose when you've already landed here,
I guess
Yeah,
he
that's
won't be.
definitely
Is he
different.
going to the armory then?
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure.
Maybe he's planning to skip banana entirely
No
and just
super
go
launch
for
here.
go for a 2 attack so that he doesn't have to worry about the RNG so much.
Could be.
He picked up a hearty radish as well. That's another thing you
Gonna go
won't
for-
see in any percent races these days.
He's gonna go for Slabber here.
Yep.
Song just swiftly progressing through Castle Split right here. He's picked up all of the necessary weapons and he's now coming back out to actually cook, which is an unusual interaction that we can do with moblins. By simply distracting with them a bomb, you can simply just hit them, they don't see, or unfortunately he's not seen. That's probably the worst case scenario. If you're a little too close or the bomb is a little too close, you can unfortunately get seen. Ideally that is not what happens, and you will safely be able to cook after killing that moblin that has your Rock Smasher, Stone Smasher, the weapon that we will want for blights, or a weapon we would want for blights. And then
So we're gonna see. Yeah, KO's gonna go straight to Dining Hall here.
And he almost died from that slab launch there.
and he might be in trouble with this
He's
Guardian
being
as well.
targeted by the Skywatcher here.
You can, in fact, just wait a little while, but I'm not sure if the Guardian will move on. No, he's moving.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, Link is quite good at grabbing onto ledges and waiting. A couple of people bringing up, or at least one person bringing up what Song's broadcast method is. Unfortunately, his capture card is not working. So we are webcamming it.
For the second time today.
Unfortunately, for the second time today,
Yeah.
Lulakor also having the similar problem. Okay,
now that,
Song eating to full, and now coming up to a Wim Bomb.
Yep. He's collected his weapons and made his potion. He's ready to go.
Making it over very, very close, but just good. He's now going to attempt a second Wim Bomb here to get the rest of the way to Sanctum.
Yep.
Oh, he's
He
moving
got-
out of the way
gonna-
to be
yeah.
safe. Yep.
got
Yeah,
spotted.
quite safe there. This second wind bomb isn't the hardest, but it can be a little bit scary, I guess, with the Guardian right there. And
Yeah,
there's
the
no way you
Guardian
can.
looking. It can be hard to get off the ledge and actually successfully bullet time as well, if not too close to the ledge. But he is successfully getting it and moving on to his blights here.
With Song entering the Sanctum here, this is a very solid run.
Mhm.
Not many mistakes on his end.
I believe KaoPyro is also going for the wind bomb route. Impossible.
Yeah, it seems so, yes. Light's really not doing well for the webcam.
And another advantage that Song certainly won't need, he has the critical potion. So he'll have 10 minutes of attack up. I doubt he'll need more than 4.5.
I'd be very surprised if he needs 10 minutes, that's for sure.
So there's as Jimbo mentioned, there is I believe an 8% chance that your potion will crit, which will increase the duration, the level,
By 2.
and the heart restoration. I believe it increases every property of the potion.
I didn't know the hard angle since we only have 3, but that makes sense.
Which also means you technically could only get 1 banana. You could only get the dining hall banana and then use that.
Critical, yes.
And then rely on the critical, which is not...
Unideal, for sure.
Yeah.
That's something you go for when you're really desperate.
KaoPyro picking up the Hardy Truffle there to restore his health so he can perform the wind bombs later.
Yeah.
Yes. Now he's also carefully aiming to make sure this succeeds, though a little bit close, it should be fine. Can be quite awkward to book here. You need to... In this situation, you would like to turn the camera away as best you can. He doesn't have the most appropriate cooking.
No, he only needs a level 2 because he has the Phantom.
Oh, yes, he does.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ah, that makes sense. That's why he did, in fact. I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
Not
so
go for the banana.
I do believe a long time ago, before I started running this, definitely, at least, there was a route that involved picking up the Phantom Armor.
Got his blue bombs?
Yeah, that
Nice.
sounds accurate. So that may be what KaoPyro's doing.
Oh, no, that's fine. He's getting his second one as well. Nice.
He might get, I don't know which side of Sanctum he'd like to enter, and he can enter on the other side.
It's actually the the angle from which you take the box launch.
Yes, it is.
And
That's where we end up.
meanwhile,
Yeah,
Song is cruising through his fights,
Yes.
which you'd expect. He's a very experienced runner and a very talented fighter of Blights and of Ganon. I believe he holds the world record for Ganon defeat.
As far as I'm aware, that is the case. It is the fastest game.
Have we been keeping an eye on what sort of arrow draw the runners have?
I know KaoPyro has quite a few.
Okay.
I'm not too sure about Song.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to look at Song's arrows.
Or if you could discern them through the video quality here. You picked up one blur or another.
I see a single digit on his regular arrows.
Okay.
I could not tell you what that number is. Might be a 6. But he might have a lot of elemental arrows. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Either way, it won't affect someone like Song in the least bit.
It's a very glowy shield Thunderblight has.
Actually, I think that says 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's about to finish off Thunderblight and move on to Calamity Ganon here.
This is where things get serious. Calamity Ganon can be your biggest fail-through point at the Blights Ganon portion of the game, I suppose. He can do he can do quite a few things that you don't like, for sure. Starting with a Flurry Rush, as is generally the idea. And then running over to collect his sword and 10 bomb arrows that are found in the room.
I assume his arrows can't be too bad if he doesn't go for the 5 arrows, but I don't know how often Song actually goes for those.
No, I'd say never. Not at his level of experience.
I think I saw
generally going for
5 of
arrows
each elemental. I think I saw 5 of each elemental, which is definitely good enough.
And he had
Oh, he gets 15 bomb arrows.
Possible here as
yeah.
well.
And if people would like to take a close look at Song's screen, his weapon menuing is very fast. I don't know of any other runner who menus just as fast as he does. It's really stunning. Like, it's at least twice as fast as mine.
Looks like he's
Song's
definitely-
Ganon really is something else, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's really not missing any headshots here.
he probably saves 5 to 10 seconds in Ganon just through menuing alone. It's insane.
Also, speaking of which, he just finished phase 1.
Yep, phase 1 is done. He's running as far as he can here to try and bait Ganon into doing a laser. He's doing a laser now, and then he's going to perfect parry that back. Perfect. Swapping to the sword, not to break the boomerang on Ganon and unfortunately have him get up. Then starting what we call the stun lock. The stun lock can be done by spinning at Ganon, and then before, but not too early, after the spear enters the ground, but before Ganon powers back up, we're going to slam the floor, stuttering Ganon, and then repeat until he's dead.
Ideally, anyway. It is very easy to mess this up. If you say attack too early or lose stamina or slam too early, it can definitely fail.
Yeah, running out of stamina is a very big problem because that will cause you to perform the slam, but obviously Song is not going to struggle.
Yeah.
Alright. And now KaoPyro coming up to Thunderblight while Song is on the end of the game. Long cutscene, as people call it. That does have some little bit of time save.
This fight averages between about 2 minutes 40 seconds and 3, depending on how quickly you manipulate Beast Ganon.
I believe Song has a 235 Beast Gold.
Nice.
That just kind of goes to show that, even though it is essentially an auto-scroller, there is time to be saved.
Yeah. Yep, certainly so.
And when you're at like the level that Song is really contesting for record, obviously you want every single second that you can get.
Absolutely. On the other end, KaoPyro's having no problem with Thunderblight. We'll be quickly moving on to Calamity Ganon here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a decent flurry rush there by KO. That's a difficult move to dodge.
Definitely the lesser of the ones that he can do off that specific position, but it can be very tight to dodge either of those attacks, or either of the three attacks.
Well, any of the three, of the blue ones, of the blue blades are quite difficult. Particularly that middle one, which is...
The middle one has a very unusual timing.
Yeah. I have heard people call that one the hardest perfect dodge in the game.
I could see it. It's very different over timing. It's very similar property to the spear. I'm sure it has to be done at a very weird thing where you'd think it hit you or not.
So Kao's
Versus
been
the-
cornered here, which is not
Not
great.
ideal, but it's fine. As long as Ganon doesn't push you into the wall, like, it's probably acceptable. You just want to be able to safely run away from him after it's like flat. And
He
now
got about
he-
3 flurry. Oh, yeah, he'll be fine. He got about 3 flurry rushes there, which is a bit slow,
Yes,
but it's definitely the safer strat than just trying to not get hit and like trying to shoot bomb arrows when he's right in your face.
Well, Song is coming up to the end of the game here. He's just waiting for the eye of Ganon, or Beast Ganon, to open, and he has finished. GG's.
GG's.
There we go.
That is with a
32,
time of 32-17, which in RTO would be a
Conventionally that would be
31-10.
31.
Yeah.
Yeah, 31-10. Wow.
It's
So
not
definitely
bad.
performing quite well for a race environment.
And a very casual 31-10. That would be a very good run by just about any of us. Top 10 for sure.
Unfortunately, KO not getting the laser from Calamity there. He's gonna have to go. He went for 2 flurry. He's now gonna get the laser,
Very good.
and now he's gonna be going for a stun lock as well.
Making sure he gets his correct weapon out, yes.
And there is a unique move that he just used right there where you press the crouch button just as you parry the laser and it cuts out that small delay that's caused by parrying any weapon.
Indeed, definitely don't do it too early though. If you do it too early, you can get hit by the laser instead.
KO is moving solidly through his stun lock pattern as well.
Yes. Taking extra care, not doing any additional hits here, just to make sure he gets it correct, which is definitely a safe way to approach.
And he should be finishing up now on the cycle. Yep, and
Then
there
we
we
have
go.
1 2.5, 3 minute split to watch. Will be good. Is he going to skip the cutscene? Oh, no,
Okay.
it looks like he's just
He's
forfeiting.
gonna. All right,
Just moving on to the next round.
Okay.
that's fair enough. Honestly, I don't think.
He's recognized his opponent's
Yeah.
finished and he's just looking to progress into the next one. That's like very much fine. He got
Yeah.
past the main part that he would like to probably practice before he progresses into the next part. He's just going to go straight into the next one as fast as
Yeah,
possible.
definitely.
So we will in fact have a, I believe, 3-minute reprieve. Grab some water, go to the bathroom as needed, and then we will be back. I'm sorry, before I walk away, it's actually a 5-minute intermission, so feel free to. Anyone have a spare capture card? Unfortunately, not. Don't think we have too many on hand.
Hello, we are back with game 2. So I am just going to set the runners off and we should be starting again shortly.
Welcome back, everybody. We have match number 2 almost underway. If you're just joining us, Wolhaiksong was able to win the first race pretty handily. KaoPyro did well. He'd had some trouble at the Castle BTB, was able to make it up, but that lead was unable to be bridged, unfortunately. So we're looking for KaoPyro to maybe catch up here and put together a pretty good game. Song in control, but anything can change here.
A very unusual route. Well, not unusual, but a very dated route from KaoPyro.
Creative.
An interesting creative
Yeah,
recovery.
a good backup.
Yeah.
All right, here we go again.
You have a fan, Michikusa.
I saw. Hello, HK Pineapple.
So what are your guys' takeaway from that first race?
I think both players played quite well. I'd like to say a 31 is pretty comfy for Song for race time.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
I think what it's shown is that Kao is definitely gonna have to work to be able to contest in this game.
Yeah.
Based on Song's performance in that first game.
But at the end of the day, that's kind of all part of the fun, is that we can come together as a community and show off different, not only skill levels, but different styles as well. I wonder if any of our viewers have noticed that KaoPyro has a number of different techniques when it comes to menuing or camera angles and things like that.
That's very true.
He's actually the only runner that I'm aware of that uses unpaired Joy-Cons for his runs.
It's him and Puppet Master that I'm aware of.
Oh, really?
Puppet Master are unfortunately not playing the game as far as I'm aware anymore. At least not on this category. Okay, once again coming up to our slate clip, as we're calling it. They're just going to run against the wall at a specific angle and then clip out. So
both runners
as fast as can be.
Both runners getting it pretty fast, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually almost a exact replica of the last run.
Players staying quite close together, which is definitely good to see. Makes for great watching, and it definitely keeps things very interesting. All right. Last time we saw Song get food and KaoPyro not get food, so will we see the same this time, or will they change things up? Song, I imagine, is going to again grab mushrooms. 1, 2, 3, and then proceed to run.
Okay. And KO's again. He's going to choose to skip the food.
He's probably looking for as much time save as he can get, I imagine, at this early stage. Hopefully that pays off from, unfortunately, a bad shield slide.
Yeah.
Also.
Song right now is kissing a pigeon in midair.
Yes, it's right there.
A bit odd.
Begib dich zu dem Ort, den der Schikastein dir weist.
Okay. Both players, in fact, actually, I know Song has the French. I'm not sure if KaoPyro does. I didn't see. French being
He's got German text. He's got German text, but I'm not sure about his voice. I don't have sounds on.
Yeah, me either.
Okay, fair enough. I was going to say that French and German are the two fastest choices for the 80% category, mainly due to that cutscene that we just passed with Zelda talking. So both players do in fact choose one or the other in this specific case. So there's only about a frame difference.
So yeah, with a very good angle. That saves about very good speed, rather.
Well, I was going to say that
Saves-
he very narrowly got hit there.
We hear the voice is German, so yes, it's likely the song is playing as his usual French with German audio, and KaoPyro, I'm still not too sure. So I'm going for a skew clip here again. We're doing that by setting Link's player angle a specific way by landing on our shield and then rolling or shield surfing in a form of a roll into a specific wall at another specific angle to go through. Oh, KaoPyro's using German.
Yeah.
Okay,
KaoPyro.
so
Okay.
KaoPyro is
Both
German
are-
for both. Yes.
Yes. I think for any percent, the language difference doesn't really matter because there's only really 2 cutscenes with voice acting in them, if I'm correct.
It's a very small time save.
The one where
So I
Zelda
feel
tells you to pick up
more.
the slate, and then
Yeah.
there's only 2.
It's true. It doesn't save a ton of time, but I don't know of one serious runner that doesn't take advantage of a language difference.
Oh yeah, of course.
At least nobody
Initially,
uses
SVA
English.
Was using, initially SVA was Japanese. I don't think he had the other option though on his Switch.
That's the second slowest, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it
even
was the
first.
slowest.
I think maybe I'm wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure English is faster.
But it just goes to show. Sketadara has in fact. Did I say SVA or Sketadara? Both are, I believe, in the same situation. Unfortunately, the Japanese console I don't think had the option of swapping the text initially.
Fun
So
fact.
both players did in fact play, and they did in Japanese, which goes to show, since they both performed extremely well over the years, that it's not too big of a difference.
I'm pretty sure it's less than 5 seconds between French and Japanese. But
almost
if you,
It feels like an
not-
eternity, though, especially in that first Zelda cutscene.
Alright, both players successfully getting their small time save of jumping over the gap instead of stasing the boulder and hitting it.
And we see the return of the old man.
Yes.
2112.
Yes, 2112 to tell us to go do other shrines, but we have, well, similar but other plans.
I guess the biggest loss of any percent is that we can't run it in Italian.
Well, you certainly could.
You could. Well, it's a bit slow.
I believe Rasen was actually playing in Italian.
That's true. Oh man! If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, there's this very bizarre scream that the Italian old man version of the old man uses, and I honestly can't believe that it's a thing that they walked out of that recording studio saying, "Yes, that's the one we're going with." It's really quite amazing.
Stasis launch, hopping onto the boulder after 4 hits for Wolhaiksong, and then traveling up with it. Don't definitely want to get hit by that boulder. If it hits you on the way up, it can take damage and force you to eat in the situation of Wolhaiksong, who has additional food. But if, for instance, that happened to KaoPyro, that could be quite bad, but he does go for 3-hit boulder, which is much less risky. Again, doing BTBs, a 2-factor trick that allows us to move very fast around plateau. We're going to jump onto something that can ragdoll with our shield whilst entering the bullet time mode, which increases or slows the game down rather by 19 times. Exit that mode, and then the game will remember that speed of that bounce off of our red Boko buddy and let us fly.
We use the term "buddy" very lightly.
Buddy, in
are-
some cases.
Some camps are a lot nicer than others.
True.
Alright, Song getting his 2 clips into the shrine perfectly successfully.
I'd say the one outside Temple of Time is definitely a buddy.
KaoPyro unfortunately not getting a skew he's satisfied with, and he's doing it again. Positioning perfectly, and then aiming to go through the second half. Going through very, very, very noticeably. The whole body seemed to go through right there. Alright, as I'm informed, Song did miss the Cronus jump, as we're calling it, before. Let's see if he'll get it this time.
I thought you traveled into the future for a moment, Mitchie.
No.
He refreshed the stream and he's suddenly a minute ahead of us.
Suddenly a
again.
minute ahead. Perhaps. we are about to see, though, how it goes. Unfortunately, the flare of colors on Song's screen is quite hard to see. Looks like it's successful and perfect.
Very smooth.
Alright. KaoPyro, rather. I've been saying it wrong for quite a while now that I've finally realized. Not too far behind.
Also, Song just got a sub 9, which is a sub 8, which is a sub 8 with our conventional type. So he's on
So RTA 7
quite
something, which is generally what you like to see.
Yeah, it's very fast.
Coming up to our next BTB. This one can be considered one of the harder BTBs, although one of the safest, simply because we can stop in the forest if we must. But the angle you require to go where you need to go is quite tight, and that can unfortunately happen too.
Yeah.
A very similar repeat of previous round. Let's see if someone can recover it here.
Yeah, and just like before now.
KaoPyro to catch up now as well, so we'll see how that goes.
The angle that one can get here is a pretty big indicator what kind of run you're going to be getting. It's easiest to fly into the forest and lose about a minute, but ideally you want to land right near the shrine. Looks like Song got the poor angle and KO got the good one.
KO got a good angle, yeah.
Yep, it looks about right. KO's angle is, I think, a little high, but it should be just enough. Oh no, looks like it's just fine.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Ooh, are we getting unloaded?
It's unloaded.
Uh-oh. Run, KO, run! Perfect.
Unloaded as well, damn. Very fortunate for KaoPyro. Song going for a stasis or rocket launch here by grabbing the tree after hitting it a few times to build up power.
Unfortunately, he gets the acorn, which might... No, never mind.
Acorn
Sometimes
is quite easy to look away from.
Acorn is the real calamity Ganon.
Acorn can be quite bad. I've certainly had a poor run due to that fact, but I've started looking away. When an acorn is down, you just simply want to turn the camera so you're not seeing it.
Yeah, the thing about acorn that we're referring to is that sometimes when you go for a spin attack and there's an acorn on the ground, Link likes to hit the acorn.
Yeah, yes, that's what I was saying.
And
that's what I'm
it
saying.
makes it hard to get
away from the acorn. Link doesn't do that.
He'll just spin.
We do reach had Sterling plays. We do.
Yeah, we're staring right at you.
I don't.
Okay. Jimbo and Chucky are engaging with the viewers. Mitchie, however, is ambivalent.
I'm watching carefully.
Studying every move.
Yes.
Although Song fell behind, he is inside the Magnesis Shrine at the same time as KO, so the lead is not as big as it possibly could be with other runners.
KO actually having a little bit of trouble on getting the door open there.
Also, with that forest angle, Song did pick up 5 extra arrows, which
may help later
possibly,
on, yes.
Yeah, may help later on. I don't know. For a runner of Song's caliber, I doubt it will make too big of a difference, but obviously it's better than
nothing. For what
nothing.
it's worth, no one can be prevented, or no one can save themselves from RNG. Having that 5 arrows may mean the difference between not being able to do blights and doing blights, so we will definitely see. Okay. Although Song is slightly behind, it's not a very significant difference, and if he successfully gets box walked after this shrine, that will be a few seconds saved.
Yeah, KO's gonna need to nail this BTB to keep his lead.
Certainly so. He does make it without taking any notice.
He does take damage there.
Oh, does he?
Just,
yes, he has.
Yeah, he does.
That is 2 very unusual
Getting a bad
like
Boko
he's-
pattern here.
Yeah.
Full Boko pattern, yes.
I think that he climbed the tower too fast. Yeah,
Yes,
Oh,
he's
this is
definitely
really bad.
yeah, he's gonna have to give up. Sometimes if you climb that tower too quickly, the Bokos won't really know that you're there, and they won't get into the attack formation.
Wow,
it's like 5
I
arrows.
didn't know that Boko had 5 arrows.
Yeah, generally any
Bokos have arrows, yeah.
generally any bow wielding Boko will have arrows of some kind to give you. It's a bit of an RNG thing, but yeah.
we've seen this a few times throughout the race, but unfortunately I don't believe I've seen it successfully. Picking up a stick, unfortunately, as well. Song getting the BTB successfully, and now is definitely ahead by a significant amount.
I would call that a perfect BTB angle. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, it got him... Did it land inside, or did it land just outside?
He basically had to turn around to set skew. That he didn't have to do
that's
anything.
perfect. Yeah, you can't really see that as anything but good.
There's the beetle. Yep, KO's picking up a very reliable beetle there.
Yes.
You can technically get a very low angle on that bomb's BTB, and it just flies you straight to the...
Try and ensure no cutscene. Unfortunately, if you do in fact land in the general vicinity of those inactive guardians, they can trigger a cutscene, which costs, I believe, 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So avoiding that as much as possible. Going through, and hold on, unfortunately not getting the second clip. Reattempting.
He's got to be careful with the shield there. It is possible to break your shield on the side of that wall.
Someone going for wind bombs this time. He's aimed, he's jumped, first bomb, second bomb, and he's over. Perfect.
Oof.
That's a pretty good spot to land at.
Yep.
Again, to briefly talk about it, as I believe we'll see KaoPyro also go for it. I think he does not have food, maybe not. Wind bombs are a newly discovered trick. We're taking 2 bombs, we're jumping, placing, bullet timing, placing another bomb, swapping to the first, and then blowing up the first to have an impact into the second, and then the second impact into Link to get propelled at either high or low or medium angles, depending on how you place your bombs.
So
now
KO, since KO got those, sorry, you want to finish? Okay.
That's fine.
Since KO got the beetle before entering the bomb strike, he can actually go for the wind bomb towards the tree that we used to rocket launch.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll take that
Too
risk.
simple.
He obviously can't do it in the shrine because he only has 1 heart, and the wind bomb, though effective, does cost at least 1 heart.
That's very true.
And you can also ragdoll and take a
Yeah,
couple more.
yeah, depending on where you land. Oddly enough, Link doesn't mind being thrown into a wall at about 200 miles per hour. He does mind, however, falling at a distance of 5 feet.
Yes, very true. Takes more damage from the initial, well, from the rolling around than he does
Yeah,
actually hitting it.
I guess the developers didn't envision us finding wind bombs or BTBs, but there you go.
Certainly not.
Yeah, Song's getting that optimal beetle here, so it's going to keep a comfortable lead instead of getting held back by some RNG.
Alright, seems like this will be a decently successful rocket launch. Yes, let's grab the tree, which can be a bit finicky as we talked about before. He's just making it on top. Unfortunately getting a load here, which we'll have to avoid, but that's okay.
Yeah, his angle was pretty low, so he'll at least gain a little time over the really high arc.
KaoPyro also now progressing to do his rocket launch on the tree, more than likely. He doesn't need to wait for a beetle, so he can, in fact, just whistle sprint the whole way if he wishes.
He just hasn't equipped his shield, right? It didn't break on him,
Yes.
did it?
He unequipped it.
Okay.
Wait, it's
Just
broken?
making sure. No.
No, okay, yeah.
Because if it was, he would not be able to do the castle BTB. He'd have to go grab another one, if indeed he wanted to keep the run going.
Yeah, there is the goblin camp to the left of
Yeah.
this forest, where you can get a Boca field.
I know, I've never had to go
Song
get that.
unfortunately missing his B2B here at the castle, or here at the Temple of Time, going to castle.
I say that all the time, I promise. It looks like a castle. It's easy to misinterpret.
Inside, right? It's just the inside of the castle. How can you tell? Reuse textures. Alright, attempt number 2. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks great. And I want the viewers to take a quick look at KO's setup here. got a very specific movement pattern to set himself up and get the bokoblin in place. He's the only person I know of that looks at the horizon for a visual cue instead of down at the ground.
That's definitely different, yes. The setup initially, I believe, is similar, or if not exact, to SVA, but the horizon is definitely a different way to use a visual cue, for sure.
Yeah.
But it works well for him, succeeding this time. Song also getting quite close on stamina, but just good enough.
Well, despite how the plateau's gone, KO's got to be happy with getting that BTB the first time. It can be really frustrating to have to reload, or even, like his last run, have to come up with a few backups.
Song's got a lot of arrows. He just picked up 11 from that crate.
Oh boy. Yeah, you can get anywhere from 2 arrows to about 20 from that crate. It's really inconsistent.
Looks like he's just gonna make it as well. Yes.
Oh.
Losing the shield. It's fine. There is plenty of shields to be found.
And no damage taken.
Yeah. He can get the Royal Guard's shield.
Yeah, or the Rusty shield.
Or the Rusty shield,
Some
yeah.
going through
I guess
his
Rusty would.
launch from bananas to dining hall as well.
He just picked up 10 bomb arrows.
Yeah.
Good.
Sick.
Certainly what you want to see.
Yeah.
Just needs a couple of regular arrows now to get through blights.
He's going to likely... this time he's in fact running ahead. He's going to pause at the banana, which is a slightly more optimal way to go. Hopefully he does not forget the bow. The spear moblin bouncing around.
He's angry.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing to see. Simply because it does keep him occupied.
Yeah.
You don't really want him to be on your tail as you collect your spear.
Unfortunately, KO did not get banana first try from that crate.
It is, unfortunately, yes. That is the biggest fall through for the no amiibo category, which we are seeing now. If you don't get banana, you do in fact just have to reload.
There we go. He's gonna pick up his banana.
Either of you
He's
guys
going for the wind bomb out the window. This one can be a little bit tighter.
Boy.
Unfortunately, not quite enough height. That is due to the... I believe he went square bomb first. And
Yeah, it
if
looks
you're
like
slightly
it.
off angle, you don't go quite high enough. If you go perfect angle, you land just on top, which is definitely a little bit more optimal otherwise.
So, Song placed a bomb back there to distract the Lizalfos. Do you guys know of any consistency with that to get it distracted and keep him in place, or is he almost always going to knock it somewhere else like he is here?
There is a level of consistency involved. Unfortunately, though, whether or not it stays in place is definitely up to just the situation. The Lizalfos has a variety of different moves he can do.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, KaoPyro dying to the spear guy. There is an autosave right there, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a time loss. But yes, the Lizalfos has a variety of moves he can do while trying to knock that bomb away. So if he can move the barrels, which does mean he may end up in different spots. He may even lose interest in the bomb if it gets knocked into the place we collect the sword.
Yeah.
Song has 38 arrows.
Yeah, Song is more than good for arrows.
But back on the topic of the
Collecting the bow.
Lizalfos. Yeah, he's gonna get the bow. I think I'm pretty sure it's quite reliable if you get the square bomb like right tucked in between those barrels, right between the wall. But even then, it's not very consistent.
Yeah.
That's certainly is consistent to keep him distracted, but whether or not you keep him where he is the issue you face.
I think.
Fortunately, you don't really mind if he goes towards the dining hall. That's actually more optimal. So.
I've had the Lizalfos go all the way to where KaoPyro just picked up the Royal Guard sword.
Yeah, I have as well.
I've gotten him. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate.
It's unfortunate if he gets it into that room, because sometimes he does lose interest as well. If he loses sight of the bomb, he's not too smart. Alright, Song moving swiftly into Blights now.
KO making sure to get a shield. He won't necessarily need it for the Blights, but it can't hurt.
Yeah, certainly so.
Yeah, he can pick up the royal. He can pick up the royal shield in the.
It's also worth noting, Song does have an extra shield as well, should that arise. Oh, missing the glide upwards. By collecting a couple of extra arrows that he missed because of.
Yeah, that fire strike does mean you most likely miss a few of the arrows there. Oh, it seems the bomb is...
just what we were talking about. He kicked the bomb away and he just lost interest completely.
Yeah, but then the recovery strat comes in of blowing up the bomb to get his attention and then throwing another one.
Yeah.
A very good way to do it. The other alternative is if you have thunder arrows, you can just run into the room.
Right.
In a shock.
Because he won't follow you into the dining room generally, right?
No.
Not that I'm aware of. Simply progressing through those doors is a very good way to lose.
If he does follow you, you know the game hates you then.
Yeah, I've not seen it, so...
No. And these moblins as well won't follow you outside. They can follow you into the hallway, but not outside. They will like stay completely stationary.
That is correct. Strangely enough, although they could actually fit outside, whilst they couldn't fit through those doors,
Right.
they don't follow you either.
They do fit outside. You can... there was a strat that was being experimented with a few months ago now.
Where you freeze them and nudge about
you freeze them up, and then you put the cryo block on that waterfall to the right of where KaoPyro is standing.
Okay, now
Kind
going
of
for his.
BTB, yeah.
Well, good.
Very nice
He's
angle.
getting very good wind bombs this time around. Going up to the wall and jumping off again.
Oh.
No, unfortunately he turns.
Yeah,
This
it's
is likely due to him holding the shoot button
Yeah.
and then turning Link to face forward.
That's a tough kind of parameter of the wind bomb, is that you have to make sure to just tap the bow button to pull it, because if you do pull an arrow, it will change the direction that Link is facing and cause the launch to fail.
And now he's got to remake his potion as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
Yeah,
definitely not
that's-
too good. Song up to Fire Blight now. Fire Blight phase 2. We're looking for a single cycle here, so we're going to hopefully be able to hit the Fire Blight 3 times before.
Ooh, double kill.
Uh,
KO, is that gonna be a problem for the durability
No, it's fine.
of his weapon?
It won't
Worst case
affect the
scenario,
fight too
you
much.
break. Yeah, worst case scenario, you break on Thunderblight. But breaking on Thunderblight last second is pretty, like.
It's fine,
livable, you
yeah.
can run.
Yeah.
You
It
lose,
also
like...
depends on double hits as well.
Oh,
It is
yeah, of
awfully
course.
satisfying to throw the claymore into Calamity Ganon's face, though. I always feel
Right
very
as he's,
disappointed
right as
when
he's
it
about
breaks.
to... Right as,
When he goes
right as
for
he's
the wrong
about to
attack
drop
as
his
well.
sword.
Yep.
Thunderblight looking pretty okay. And an
KO's
arrow to
sticking
finish
with
it off. Yes.
There you go, KO.
It's definitely worthwhile to continue here, or even if KO is aware of the song being ahead. Calamity Ganon can cause many an issue for many runners. So,
No matter how
being-
good you get, it's always
Calamity
it's always
does have his
something
own
that can...
quirks, indeed. And
Yeah.
seeing that when you die in Calamity Ganon, you don't in fact start out in Calamity Ganon, you need to start from where KO just got to, so it's very worthwhile. So I'm getting a double downward thrust there. A little bit unusual and definitely not what you'd like to see. But it looks like Song will definitely progress to the phase.
Oh,
just okay.
Songs...
That's fine.
Okay.
Lurk a little early, likely due to not getting extra hits somewhere.
Yeah. Luckily, he went to a laser pattern, so he was completely wide open.
Generally, the Blights, once they reach a certain threshold of health, will always laser. Okay, that is a
That's a
good
hard one.
fly rush from Song. That left more of that right tendril, let's say, of Calamity can be a little bit of a problem. That one's a bit faster. Grab his 10 arrows, and now he's going to start his phase 1 shooting. Headshots here are very important. He does have more than enough arrows, but with normal arrows, you're really not doing it too much unless you're getting those headshots.
And, a small detail there, something that I tried to emulate, I think we all do, is Song knows the room well enough that he, after he collects the bomb arrows, he shoots the bow 3 times and unequips and quickly grabs the claymore at his feet and then keeps spamming. I think most of us have to kind of take a look around to see where it is, and he just knows. It's
Hit and
crazy.
miss. Yeah, if you do
Yeah,
it
a lot
more,
of the
you get
time
used to it.
you can get disoriented pretty easily
Mhm.
because it is just a big circle.
Right.
Yep. Generally, the best thing you can do, if that is your purpose, so I do that quite frequently as well, is you just want to go quite slowly, inch your way along the wall, and pause basically, because you don't need to be moving to shoot Thunderblight there. Well, sorry, to shoot Ganon. You don't need to be continually moving.
Oh yeah.
Even
yeah,
for
yeah.
lasers. So the prompt for picking up that claymore won't come up whilst you're moving. So you need to every now and then just take a quick stop, and you should eventually be able to just pick it up whilst shooting the whole way.
Now Song's going into his stun lock. He did the crouch method as well.
He did. That is definitely something that becomes habit. You always go for it, for better or worse.
Usually.
Also,
worse.
yeah. If you guys didn't see it last run, Song actually does an extra hit with his Claymore before going for the spin attack, and
Every
some
rotation.
runners do that. Yeah, I believe you do that, Michi.
I do it, yes. It saves a couple of seconds, although I take a slightly safer approach, simply because you can, if you start hitting whilst facing one direction and don't wait long enough, Link will do a second hit without starting spinning. So I, in fact, do it whilst facing Ganon, turn, and then start spinning.
Well, Song's gonna pick up the Bow of Light now, and he's gonna almost be done with that.
A very good phase as well from the looks of it, with a 1 minute 20, I believe, on the timer as he exited.
Meanwhile, KO just finishing up phase 2 of Fire Blight now.
Very similar repeat of before.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can get his single cycle.
He got a pretty unfortunate ragdoll from Fireblight there, so I'm not too sure about a one cycle.
Almost.
Normally, when you drop him with the bomb, you want to be in a spot where you're behind him and on the side where his blade is, so that you can get double hits on both the body and the blade when he stands up. And that's the most ideal way to do Fireblight phase 2.
This is Thunderblight phase 1 now.
Yep.
And finish
Gonna
with
get a
an arrow.
headshot. Yep. There you go.
That's his last normal arrow.
But he has
He's
so
got-
many bombs.
yeah.
It should be good. Okay.
And he's got a fire
Unfortunately-
arrow, which does stun.
Yeah, unfortunately, you cannot actually knock down Thunderblight with bombs, so you do need to make sure you are equipped well enough.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, quite a few people did, I believe. It's one of those things that you wish you knew before you started this game. Or any category, really. Okay, some go to the belly, yeah.
Let's see Song go for the second to last shot now. On the bottom of the belly
Quite
there.
quickly. And now, just waiting for the eye to open again.
Oh! KO
In the
just
arm.
got the parry on the
Difficult
side hop.
rush.
Yeah, very nice. And we're gonna see Song finishing up now.
Very good extra shield. Back up.
That's a
GG Song.
31-53 GG Song.
So he 30.
So he
40
beat his 30-40, 30-45. So he
I'm
beat
not
his
sure
first
how much
run
Yeah.
somehow. Amazing.
He gets better and better.
Yeah.
The next one would have been a 29. We all missed out.
He's gonna get sub 28 in the final.
Could happen.
So we're just gonna wait for KO to finish up here. He's got a lot of bomb arrows, he should be fine for phase 1.
He's got a good amount of bomb arrows, so despite his low normal arrow count, it's a pretty ideal situation. He's able to quickly move into phase 2. I wonder if he's gonna finish the run or not, or if he's gonna reset now that Song's finished. Good laser parry there.
Okay, Song will be joining us, as it seems, for an interview, so stay tuned for that. we're just gonna wait for KO to finish up his run now.
Personally, I
Down
want to
the
see
stun.
him finish him through. That'd be good.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Always.
needed a little bit.
Unfortunately, no stun lock, but he's going to go for a fire rush again. So that, yeah, fire
The-
and then a reflect. Yes, that's good. Wait, go. Nice. Alright, now he 3 hits and then goes to his stun lock again.
Hi, Song.
Hello, song.
Hello.
Hello. How you feeling after all your tech difficulties today?
I'm exhausted. I also feel terrible.
Aw. Well, you played great, dude.
Yeah, you played
Um,
2 very good runs from you today, Song.
yeah, I honestly, I'm really happy with how I played, considering everything. So there's not much to say.
And also, despite all the trash talking that KO did toward you.
Yeah,
he is
Oh,
Okay.
he's memeing. He's memeing. Dude. He's memeing his way.
Alright,
boy.
let's see this.
Bringt kein Angriff zu ihm durch.
I don't mean to
I
laugh.
don't think those arrows work. I don't think those arrows work on Dark Beast.
No. What a
Du
guy.
musst die leuchtenden Stellen treffen.
He's gonna subject us to watching him kill Ganon like this.
Ich wünsche dir Glück.
Jeez.
You mean died again in this way?
Well, realistically, you can kill Ganon this way.
We'll see.
Wait, can
As
you?
long as he swaps. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
I can.
It just takes a really long time, and it gets
Oh no, I thought
really
you meant
bad.
what the other arrow is. Oh,
No.
you can't do it. Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
use light. Yeah.
I think you can with Ancient Arrow.
Can you?
At least
He's probably gonna win bomb, right? Is he gonna? Yeah, he's gonna win bomb to the other side.
Oh, you can.
Oh no, that doesn't work.
You can
he has
use
an aura.
Master Sword. You can use Master Sword and Ancient Arrows, I think.
Yeah.
Hit those targets, yeah.
Master Sword only. Any percent one.
And
Oh,
I love
he's
it.
safe.
Oh yeah. There you go.
I love
Yeah,
it.
if you go over Calamity or anywhere near his face, he does actually have an aura that hits you for most of your hearts.
Jetzt schnell.
I'm surprised he didn't get
I
something.
think he definitely he gave it a wide berth.
Love it.
Windet sich vor Schmerzen.
He is in great danger of being stomped by one of his feet in this phase.
He'll be
if
fine.
he's standing.
Yeah, just walk under his head. What's he gonna do? There you go.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, he should be
Oh, that
fine
foot.
now.
No, it's alright. He
Nah,
didn't
he's
do a
fine.
big
He's
time.
fine. He's fine. Yeah.
I kind of want to do this in a any run that goes badly. It's pretty funny.
It is a good one.
Nur noch ein bisschen. Dann haben wir ihn.
No,
fine.
He
rushing
better
his way
win
into
bomb.
the
He better
air.
finish it with a win bomb.
I don't think he can get to a tree in time. Yeah, too many
Sieh dir Ganons Kopf an.
trees knocked down. He's not going for the
That's still a
Mickey
very
Pieces
creative way
strat.
to finish. Yeah, that's my meme way. I should just add this part of running around.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. 37-15.
GG, Cal.
GG's,
Yeah.
Cal.
Good job finishing.
Of course, if Cal would like to join us, he is more than welcome to.
Okay. So what is there to talk about?
I don't know.
Honestly, not too much. Song played a really good game.
Hey, Cal.
Hey guys.
How,
Dale.
dude? What's up?
Not much. Just stressed from playing somebody who's vastly superior than myself.
No, superior.
played well.
Song
Yeah.
Udara.
Song played very well today.
Yes.
There was a point, I think, close to Paraglider, probably before the Coco Camp BTB, that I actually thought I was ahead of Song, and I might have had a chance if I could just
you
keep it up.
were.
You had your
you
moments
were.
ahead, yes. You definitely had
And
moments
then
ahead.
The Bokoblin RNG kind of
Oh yeah, I
screwed you over
screwed
there.
that up because I didn't turn the camera, and I thought if I just waited a half second on the ladder, it'd be the same thing as turning the camera, but apparently it's not.
Yeah.
So I got bad RNG.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do about that.
Yep. Tough draw, but I mean, I think that you played really well at round.
I think it was
Thanks.
decent. And I liked your creative way to continue on round 1 after Castle BTB. That was pretty cool.
Shoot, I don't even remember what happened.
You
Grabbed
got
armor
the
'cause you-
Phantom.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah,
super low, and I had the choice. I could reset and retry, or I could keep going. And I knew it'd take me at least to Sacred Grounds or whatever they're called. And
Yeah, Sacred Ground
I wouldn't have to
Ruins.
worry. Yeah, and then I wouldn't have to worry about banana RNG, and I could use BILs to get me to castle.
Yeah. It was an interesting move, and maybe the smart one.
I think my advice normally to runners and racers is if you're in a race, a lot of times it's better to keep going in a slower route than it is to get stuck on a single trick. If a single trick is going to sit there being an obstacle, that could destroy your morale very quickly if you miss it like twice in a row or something like that.
Yeah. We've definitely seen that this tournament for sure.
Mm-hmm. Hello?
Yeah, I
Was that
think-
directed?
I'm not sure.
I'm not trying to point someone out. I'm just saying it happens.
Maybe in a round 2 match.
Was I
Y'all
attacked?
Y'all know who you are.
I was attacked.
But yeah, for sure, because obviously getting that low angle, it's better than just like missing it, getting it too late.
Right.
And if you
Yeah.
miss it and then you miss it again, then that's when it starts being.
Yep. So I mean, I was really hoping that something would be on my side and I'd be able to take this to a game 3. And I thought the second race was going to be it, but I guess not.
Yeah.
Certainly was everything on your side with Song's technical difficulties at the very least, but Song persevered.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know what you're going through there, KO. You'd have to pull out the best run of your life to just keep up with a guy like Song. So
It like both of his runs were, according to SpeedRuns Live, a 32, and it's a minute and 17 seconds off that.
107.
So those are 31s. Both of his
31 and
runs.
30, 50.
It's a 31 and a 30. His second
Yeah.
one was a 30.
That's
Yeah.
insane. There's no
Right.
way.
Right.
Like my sum of best is a 31.55. That's my sum of best right now, and that's with 3 golds in the last run. So
Yeah, so
It's tough.
definitely it's
Good luck.
tough.
good luck anybody who faces Song after this.
I think Song will go on to face the winner of Limb Cube and
Outer,
Who is it, guys?
right? Limcube's playing
Yeah.
Outer, I think.
Yeah, that's correct.
That would have been the perfect setup for me if I could move on, man. I think I would at least have a decent chance at both of them.
That's true. Unfortunately.
That will be a very good race. They are 4th and 5th, I think. Both of them have 32s, I think, mid 32.
Outer has a 31 actually.
Oh wow,
maybe
okay.
maybe an amiibo, I think.
I see. Okay, but very, very in terms of skill for sure.
Yeah. And according to him, they won't be playing until next weekend, so stay tuned for that, everybody.
Anyways, official GGs to Wolhaiksong. You were a worthy opponent, and I thank you for your time.
Jeez.
GG's, guys.
GG.
Any final thoughts?
I guess I'll keep grinding the things that I missed, and hopefully I'll be able to work my way up the loser bracket.
I think Song's too good. That's my final thoughts. Song's just too good for us.
Well, there you go.
Capture cards suck.
Yep.
Oh, true.
My capture card works perfectly. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bless RNG to Wolhaiksong's capture card.
Yes. Maybe we can bring it back from the dead.
Yep. All right, well, if that's it, I guess we'll just say goodnight, and thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Yes, thank you very much.
I just want to say quick that the next match will be tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 1300 UTC. It's going to be actually
Me!
Michikusa versus Ghost _1end. And
I actually need to watch that.
I
Yeah,
believe it's
believe
going to be
me,
a best
win
of
bombs.
1 match.
It is still a best of 1. It is
Yes,
a loser bracket
yes.
round 2.
So just wanted to tell you that. And potentially another one, Destructor versus Torp at
Yes.
1 p.m. Eastern, 1700 UTC. Not sure about the restream status of that yet, but stay tuned. So have a good night, day, morning, wherever you are, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.